Welcome to the Salt Circle podcast. My name is Hank. With me, he's always cherishing you, never showing it. It's Ben.
It's true. It's me. I would never show my...
Never admit.
Yeah. Never. I'll say it on my deathbed. We're finally talking about it. It didn't take that long. The reports have been greatly over-exaggerated. It was like not too long ago that Hank brought the Urusei Yasura 2022 remake to my attention. It's like that.
It was in 2022.
It's not like that long ago. Was I living in a different country? Yeah. But like not that long ago. I finally watched it.
Hell
I finally
yeah.
finished it. I started watching it like immediately after finishing original Urusei Yatsura, and I was like, nah, I need a break. I did watch a fair chunk of it though.
I think we're under a year since it finished, at least.
Yeah. I'll be real. I want more. I need like 200. It took. So I'll be real. There was a bit of an uphill battle for the remake, because I watched 200 fucking episodes of the old one. So and I'm old anime pilled. Like I enjoy that aesthetic, and old Urusei Yasura is kind of what made me really realize that, because I'm like, I just fucking like this. And then the biggest like objective thing is the voice acting, right? Like, I think the new cast did a fantastic job, but like hearing those voices and then hearing the new ones, I'm like, it's not like as good though. So it took legitimately like the entire series, and then by the end I was like, man, this fucking rips. I need more. Like, I want it's Urusei Yasura. Where are the other 150-ish episodes that I deserve?
Yeah.
And I would say it found its way to being like equal for me. I honestly, I think the things that I value in each series are just different, but it's equal. Cause like,
Sure.
I really love the old one, and there's a lot there, but if I wanted to like watch something, it's probably the new one. It's just so much more watchable. Like, older Urusei Yatsura, I could sit and watch like 5 episodes, and by the end of that 5th episode, I'm like losing my mind. Like, I can feel myself merging into my chair in like kind of a horror way. Like, it just it's something like not any, but a lot of old anime, like just binging it is just hard. New Urusei Yasura, I ripped like 15 episodes in a day. When I started season 2, like I just sat and watched, and I didn't even feel it. Like, I could have kept going if life didn't get in the way. Which is like,
those episodes are tight.
Yeah, man, and it's fantastic. Yeah, it's just
The point I made 3 years ago was this new show, it just ends at the punchline where the manga would cut off.
I mean,
which is the exact opposite of what the old anime did.
Where the manga,
the old anime is always adding, like, and sometimes it's like some wild, action sequence or whatever, like fighter jets or tanks or whatever. But it's not ending on the joke.
Yeah,
that is where the manga story ended.
Or
whatever. Whereas this anime is getting to the funny bit and then going, we're done, and I love it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. There's a couple of episodes that in the old anime where they extend the thing, but they like add more meat in the middle, but they still end on the joke, and it's like, it's okay, it's fine. There was one, I forget what episode it even was. They did a joke that I assume the manga did like twice. Right? Do like the same bit like back to back. Like, you do the joke, they think you're done, and then you do it again, and it's, you son of a bitch. The anime did it like 6 times. Like, and I was like, this was old after time 3, and we're like way too deep. Like, I was pretty fucking irate by the end of the episode, because I'm like, it wasn't that funny. There was a bit of like classic. It was like the equivalent of like, like cherry jump scare, right? And they did it like 6 times, and I was like, this is just not the this is not the fucking vibe. If they were different enough, sure. But it was a very good and egregious example of that. But the new Urusei Yatsura, holy shit! Yeah, you weren't kidding. Like, sometimes they're just out there like running credits at like the 12-minute mark.
I know. I fucking love it.
And then they're just going. I'm like, oh, okay.
And then there's just like a whole other third story.
Yeah, dude.
Because we got time to fit this one in now.
And they did my favorite story that I wasn't even thinking. One of my favorite stories, which is when they're not supposed to talk in the classroom, and nobody's talking, and then there's like grenades going off and stuff. And it was so fucking good. Like, they executed so well.
The most important one to me is the beauty contest.
The beauty contest is
season 1.
Yeah, I mean, that was. Look, you watch the original beauty contest, and there's quite literally nowhere to go but up. Like, the bar was real low.
They committed a crime to my favorite manga story.
Yeah, no, that shit was like. I think, didn't I say? Isn't there? I'm pretty sure. I feel like there was a Rumiko Takahashi like interview where she mentions that, like, well, the anime is pretty good, but like she calls out that arc. I think I might be misremembering, but I swear she had something about it. It's funny, you know. Like, they just fucking did it so dirty, dude.
They only adapted like the lead in. And that was bad.
Yeah.
So, getting my favorite thing where the girls all have to fight the fucking zoo animals.
Yeah.
Is top fucking tier to me.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love that episode so much.
The episode that, I mean, like with each episode I watched of the remake, I was getting more and more on board. A little slowly, but the one deep in that I had mentioned to you was like turned like very, very thoroughly crossed the line into like, no, this is like super solid. I like this a lot. Was the Inaba episode where he's doing his like exam or whatever to like get a promotion or whatever it is, and when Shinobu is dragging him through the field, I'm like, this is it. This is my everything. Like, just an endless field of like flowers and stuff. I'm like, this was important. And I looked, I'm like, I do not remember, because occasionally if there was an episode, I would like check it to the original anime just to refresh. And this one was not. I'm like, I don't remember what this looked like at all, and that would be because it was not in the original anime. So that was like, I was super thrilled. So that was a big thing.
Yeah, they got to do some of the later stuff that despite being 200 episodes, the original anime never got to.
Yeah, man, if that
even in the OVAs.
Yeah. And it's a fucking shame, dude. I just wish they could do the entire anime in the remake style, or the entire manga in the remake style. Like, just keep sending it. Ugh.
I don't know. They hit what I wanted them to hit. So.
Oh yeah, no, they had I think the selection is very good. The color palette's fantastic.
I love the color palette so much.
They get a little into, it's not as bad in the 6th movie when we talked about that, and I was like, this feels like the thing that I'm scared that the remake is going to be. And it wasn't that. I'll say, for my taste, they did a little too many effects, like doing cuts and scene changes and whatever. Like they were cutting a lot and doing like just filters or effects or like pop-up stuff. It was a little too much for me personally, but not enough to like take away from it very much. Like I wasn't out here like I was when I checked out Dan to Dan, and I was like, this is a no. This is a hard pass. I can't do it. But I mean, it does help that a lot of the I don't know what I would call it, like screen freeze stuff. Screen freeze, I suppose, is like backed up by like a radical color swap, and that's so good every time. Like that's the good shit. Also, I think they did a surprisingly good job of softening like some of the grosser shit, right? Especially like Ryunosuke and I mean, I guess any of the stuff in the manga that was like, oh, it's gay, like that was so softened in a way that like felt supernatural. It didn't feel like they were like they didn't like it didn't feel weird. It didn't feel like there was anything missing, but they didn't like get as much as I would kind of like them to just like say fuck it, like let him kiss. Like take away
I don't think the manga's not that bad about it. The anime is much worse.
Yeah, I would agree. But like some of the
like there are a couple moments in the manga, but they're not that bad because it's not like it's dwelling on any of it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like
that's
uphill.
True. Yeah. But they still, I mean, the big thing is Ryunosuke and her dad is still like that's just not a great dynamic, and here it felt much more palatable.
Sure.
Also, the fucking fights are like so good. The animation on her dad getting his ass beat is real good.
It's really fucking good. I don't know. This show completely 1000% had me by episode 5, so I don't have any of this like slow. Like the way they adapt the Kumino story with Ataru's fake girlfriend that then love saves him. Like the way they animated that, the way they animated Ataru looking at Lum in that scene, the way the music hits, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like they so early, and it's episode 5, right? Like they're so early, like, oh, he fucking loves her.
Dude, this I would say that's an overall like thing for the remake, right? They're far more on the like, yeah, he actually does love her. He's not.
They know what this is in a way that like the original anime didn't know what it was when it started. Like that the original opening where it's like, oh, it's like a weird love triangle.
Yeah,
with Shinobu.
Dude, and then that opening lasts like 70 episodes, and you're like, we're so far.
And it's like, this is not what the show is.
Yeah.
Whereas the first opening for this is the overwhelming, crushing brutality of love.
Yeah, dude. I'll say I forget which opening it was. If it was the opening that hit for me the most, I think was I guess maybe the first opening of season 2.
Oh, weird. Okay. I think my favorite is the second opening, ultimately.
I'm going to see Op 3 if that's correct. Yeah.
They're all by the same group, so.
I mean, yeah. They're not, none of them are fucking bad, No.
No.
You can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I like the song the most. The Up 3 song is my favorite, but I like the visuals for the first one the most. Is my I don't know about endings offhand. I'd have to go and look again. Because I honestly cannot remember the ones from season 1.
Now, there's a way like Yatsura and Lum are dancing in the second opening. That's like my favorite bit.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think, am I remembering right? Let me take another look. Using all these excuses to check out Urusei Yasura. Ops.
Hell yeah.
Up to.
But again, like if you were not feeling it at first, I could see how the later stuff would hit you more.
Mm-hmm.
As your heart is being softened. I think it's this one.
Oh, is it where they're in the hallway?
That's at the end of the second opening. I sent you a GIF.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's very good. That's very
outfit changes.
Also, the outfit. Look, outfit change is too fucking powerful. Man, the outfits are so
they
fucking good.
They go to the ponytail Lum like really early.
Yes.
So powerful.
Dude, that's what like that the outfits in this are so fucking good.
Yeah. Cuz and a lot of them are just manga outfits, but the original anime did not have the budget to get those outfits correct.
Yeah. They still had a lot of good shit, but
they just had to do different things.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly early.
Yeah.
Like particularly that's the story of Ataru's fake girlfriend. Or the fake girl who has a crush on him. Like they just put her in like a red dress in the anime for that one or whatever, the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
They do not have like the look.
Yeah.
Like her hair is just in buns.
Yes.
I don't know. That is an episode that like I love that manga story, and that anime episode is one I watched and it just didn't quite hit. It doesn't hit for me in the same way. Mm-hmm. But I love it in the new anime. So that's like a big one for me.
Yeah. I don't that's one where I think they were really trying on that one back in the day, but it didn't quite get there. The remake is so much better. I would say personally, maybe almost to a fault, but it's a lot better at like giving the more like serious tones when the moment is serious or whatever, like more dramatic or like when Lum and Ataru are fighting,
feeling things.
Yes,
it's about feeling things.
Yeah. They're much better at conveying that. I would say sometimes there were instances where they were like the music and the tone was just clearly indicating like, oh, like something was bad or something was wrong or sad or whatever. And I'm like, as someone who's seen it, I'm like, this is leading up to a bit. This is really weird. Like, I don't know why you're wanting me to feel this way. Like, it's not a serious thing or whatever. But like 99.9% of the time, I'm like, yeah, this is how I'm supposed to feel during this.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good.
It's just excellent.
It's also the thing, like, if you should check out old anime, new anime, or manga, the answer is still the fucking manga, because it's always going to be that. Really. But if you must watch something like on it, like just skip right to this one. don't do what I did. Don't do it, man. It's such a better experience overall. Especially like if I didn't like, I mean, honest to God, if I didn't fall head over heels for old anime TM, I probably wouldn't have finished it, because like there's nothing that's like such a huge part.
Yeah, and I just don't have the reverence for the old anime that you do.
You didn't force yourself to spend the time with it. Look, watch every episode and get back to me about how bad it still is and how you wasted your time.
I mean, that's because I watched the things that I care about, and it didn't hit with like the peakest, easiest wins.
Yeah, but
and then I watched the worst of it.
Yeah, but you gotta watch all of it, because then the high points that aren't as high as you would want feel like huge peaks because of all the lows. It's a little bit.
I actually don't think that's true. I think it's just like some of like the later episodes I just think are better because the animation just gets better because we move into the 80s. Like fucking the episodes with Ten's mom, that's fucking great. I love that shit. Like, it's not like I don't think they're good episodes of the old anime where they did a good job. It's that the manga moments that I care the most about are not those.
Yeah.
Like the emotional stuff.
Sure.
Other than the fifth movie, which I think is top tier. But like that's not part of the TV show, right? Like that's a movie. And I also think the first. I really like the Inaba OVA. I really like that too. Those are like the two of the old stuff, but it's not the anime and TV anime in particular. Doesn't I don't have the reference for, even though like again there are plenty of episodes that are good. And I'm sure there are more that I didn't see that are good.
But. Yeah.
But like every episode of the new one, it's right.
Yeah. No, there's no whiffs in the new one. I mean, also they didn't like. Maybe if they would have gotten their 200 episodes, there would have been some. But like, of the 43 we got, no misses.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also because it's staying closer to the manga, which is like the thing that ultimately, I love, right? Like,
So you probably know which voice I feel is the biggest downgrade between old and new.
I have no idea.
No?
Oh, Ron?
Sakura.
Oh.
Her old voice is so fucking powerful. It's so good.
Oh. See, I'd never liked her old voice that much.
Oh, I love her old voice. I think it's great. Yeah. There's a couple of the other, Ran is that's another one, but that's like just that one.
That's not
that one.
There are like how many original Rons are there in the?
Not like
replaced.
She got replaced,
and replaced Rons were not as good as original Ron.
Yeah. That was just, and that's just a case for me where like that hit fucking so hard. Like I was that first voice change when she goes from like sweet to yelling, I was laughing my fucking ass off, dude. Like,
yeah,
it was crazy.
And again, like for me, like the new anime was kind of my in to the whole series, so I have. It's like the thing for me for some of the early stuff in particular.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah.
Like I have more connection to season 1 than season 2, partially because of that, because like I hadn't finished the manga yet or whatever. I hadn't done the full. I'd seen everything by the time I was finishing up the anime.
No, and I remember you said you really like Mendo's voice actor better in the new one, or just because of how he screams, because of how he's yelling.
Well, also it's not just how, like the voice actor's performance, it's the way they write it, where he's like hitting this same beat over and over. Like it's like he's delivering the bit over and over. Like it's like his pacing of like it's dark, I'm scared or whatever. Like like it has a rhythm to it that's fucking powerful. And like mimetic.
Yeah, dude.
And it's just not in the original. It's not quite that.
Sure. I think I think the biggest character loss from the old to the new one is not it's something that I think is more of the original anime than the manga, because you had more like time to just show like a 45-second shot of a hillside or whatever. And that would be it'd be a Katasu Kitty. Like
Sure.
he had so much more screen time, and he was like one of the best fucking characters because like he's hard to fuck up, you know. And obviously in the manga, like he's not that. He's there. He's great. He's doing stuff. But
Well, it's that you get like a vibe panel.
yeah. And he was in like a little less. I mean, he's still fucking great. I think the funniest I don't even know how you'd call it, like punch into infinity, right? Where the character just goes flying off screen. Was you just switch our server on us?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You're roboting.
Oh, okay. There's I forget what episode it's in. They're like around it. Are they around a fire or something? Like Mendo goes to hit Ataru, and Ataru's like, "Who do you think you just hit, dumbass?" Cat like launches Mendo, and just the like particular scream he gives was like absolutely fucking incredible. Like I was actually laughing. Like it was. I don't know what the quality was that made his scream better than like the other couple of times that's happened, but it was just absolute perfection, and it was so good.
Yeah. Shit's really good.
I didn't take a ton of screenshots. I took some early ones that I don't even know if I still have on hand, but then I took these ones deep into season 2, where the fucking 10 on that was from the grenade of the no talking episode. He like strikes a pose with his fucking lips like a tough anime guy or whatever, and it's so fucking good. And then in our last arc with the mushrooms and stuff, when everyone's like, "Yo, dude, just fucking say you love her. Come on." He's like, "I hate your guts." And everyone's just standing there, and then they all weapon up. Like, because he's the dumbest man in the universe. Like, it's so fucking good.
Fucking, it's incredible. I love.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just like they get to go. I love what they get to do with Lum's hair, because it's just easier for a modern anime to just change her hair color all the time.
Yeah.
And it's more in line with the way she gets colored in manga stuff, where just sometimes her hair is just a different color.
Yeah.
But like, it's for me, the big thing I think about is the end of season 1. The beauty pageant is like my favorite fucking thing in the world. I love that double episode. And the end of the series, where they're adapting the movie, where that's the case where I'm like, I love this old movie so much. This is hard. This one's hard for me. But there are a couple choices that I really like that the new anime does.
Okay.
And like the one that's less important is just getting everyone flying around on their jetpacks fighting the Oni bomb.
Yeah, the memory scrubber.
Like throwing the balls at it. Like that just isn't in that's from the manga, and it isn't in the original movie. I like everybody being invested in stopping this and fighting.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, totally.
And then it's like this, and this is like emblematic to me of the difference between the new anime and the old material, the old adaptation.
Yeah.
Is in the old movie, the final confrontation, it's just Ataru. You're totally in Ataru's head with that final moment, and the montage you get is just him thinking about Lum, because it's like the audience surrogate of like, this is all your favorite Lum moments. Whereas the new anime double stacks it, where the lead in you get Ataru thinking about Lum, but at the moment you're in Lum's head, and you get a montage of her thinking about Ataru and why she fucking loves him. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just fucking great. Better. I just think it's better to be in her head, that, like, character-wise, that we're with her. Because her making the change is, like, the important story beat that's happening there.
Yeah. No, it's important because, like, that's a whole fucking ongoing thing. Probably for the audience, but also the characters in the show is like, what the fuck, Lum? Look at this asshole.
Yeah.
It's a whole deal, especially in the old anime. I mean, that's like 99% of the character interactions got switched to be that, which is ass. Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Getting her perspective there is so fucking good. And it's because it makes it hit a lot harder.
Yep. Well, and this anime also gets to do the thing of that the old anime doesn't get to do, because the old anime, part of the reason it doesn't adapt a lot of the later stories is it's always focusing on Ataru as like the main character.
Yeah.
And a lot of the later manga stories, it's just about other characters. Like all the Inaba stuff is like Shinobu's the main character.
Yeah.
So, like, and that also is like part of what softens Ataru being a jerk to me in the manga specifically, is just, we spend much less time with him being a dick. Him and Lum are just in the background more. Like, they're just there, and it's kind of like settled into that in their relationship. We're not like hitting these same beats of him being a dick over and over again.
Yeah.
Like we're making other jokes or whatever. He just like whenever somebody is like having a problem, he's just, and there's a girl there, he's just fucking there. And then Lum is like, fuck you. What are you doing here? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they're more incidental. Which the anime gets to adapt more than the original anime did.
There was a part that I actually can't remember. I'd have to go. I didn't actually go and look. I don't have the video or the films on hand. I just have the series of the original anime. And I don't have the manga available currently. I can't remember if it's in the original anime or manga, but there was a scene in the movie section of the new anime near the end, right? The final arc. And I forget exactly what he says, but Mendo says something to Ataru, and it's basically him, like, obviously he wants to save the world, but it was something like the just how he phrased it was more like, yo, like you need to fucking do this because like you need to get back with Lum. Like, the implication is that like he's like also saving Ataru's relationship. And like, that's huge, because the fucking original anime does not do that ever. Fucking ever. And it's ruthless. It's by far my least favorite part. And that's why Megane sucks, because that is just his character. Is like,
yes,
that. And Mendo is far more that. And it's the worst fucking thing, because it doesn't fucking matter what you think, or if you have the hots for Lum, which like everybody does, or if you think that the relationship is ass, like, Lum clearly is into Ataru. You're not gonna fucking change it, my man. And this is like the new anime. That's like the biggest win for me overall, is like, not only, and it kind of goes hand in hand with like them being more like you said, like in the background, like the relationship is established, right? We see a little bit more of them just kind of like hanging out non-maliciously. And getting other people acknowledging that relationship, even if it's like fucking subtle, or like I shouldn't even say acknowledging, respecting that relationship is oh, it's all I ever fucking wanted from the original anime. And it's so good. Like even when people are being like horny for Lum, it's so far below the original that it's like funny instead of like weird and shitty.
Better, and you don't have Megane. It's like it's the twofer. Like the way it's handled with other characters is better, and Megane doesn't exist.
Yeah,
so you're not constantly getting the worst of it every fucking episode.
Yeah,
because Megane is like, he's a blight on that original series.
Yeah, and I fucking hate it because there are like, it's few and far between, mind you, but there's a few times where they have like an episode and he just kind of rocks. Like his they do shit where his character is actually funny because he's like the background thing or whatever. Or like shit's happening to him and he deserves it. And it's like, you have demonstrated that you know where and how to insert this shitty character to be good. And yet for some reason you're putting him in this episode instead of Mendo. Like you're just making the worst goddamn decisions. Like he's already bad. You got to be careful with that. And he was their hammer and every single interaction in the show was a nail.
No. The times when the original anime replaces Mendo scenes with Megane is
0 out of 10.
It's one of the is unforgivable. That's a big one in that story that is the Ataru's the fake crush episode. They give like all of Mendo's stuff in that episode to Megane.
Yeah,
and I've really annoyed me.
Mm-hmm. There is a singular time that I missed him in the new anime, and that was in the episode where there's like the flowers that Ran has that like spout rumors, and or like they say like the secrets or whatever. So you have Mendo saying he wet the bed or whatever, which is fucking incredible. It hits so well. Like Shinobu's just shell shocked. And he's like, wait, no, I did it. It's not that. She's like, don't even say anything. Like, fucking, it's done. It's over. It is so fucking good. That was like, that episode in the original anime was like one of the only times that Megane did anything funny because Lum wasn't involved at all. So he was just like off with the boys, and it was like, that's fine, right? They're fine characters if they're not talking about Lum and they're not doing any of that shit. Because then they're just like, whatever. If you cut out,
well, or they're not doing Nazi shit.
Well, that was just the one time. Look, they were following orders of the director, who was a Nazi.
Not one time.
Look, they did it twice.
I don't know if he was a Nazi.
Times
he just
two.
liked that aesthetic.
He just fucking liked doing Nazi.
He's a tank nerd.
Thing. Yeah. No, in that Flowers episode, when Megane and the boys are running around, I forget what his name is. Is it just Chibi or something? It's like the short one. Anyway, they're walking and a flower hits him, and I forget what the exact phrase is that the flower repeats, but it makes it sound like the kid is like interested in lollies or like small children or something, which is like super extreme. They're not going to do that in the new anime, obviously, but Megane immediately is like, what the fuck did you just say? And the flower repeats it. He's like, we're done. And like they all just fucking disown him immediately, and I'm like, finally a single redeeming moment where a line is drawn in the sand. Like, I thought that was a very funny bit, but it is too extreme for the new anime, probably.
Yeah, we also don't have the plot about the fucking pedo teacher.
That plot
the anime invented. The old anime invented.
It's so fucking bad. It's so bad. Ugh. But we didn't get all the good Fox episodes, man. The best episodes the original anime has to offer by fan vote.
I mean, we got a Fox episode.
One? Where was my Fox episode where the lead-in was like 15 minutes of nature shots and a scarecrow fishing?
That is what we're not doing. Is the like long vibes bits.
But I love the vibes bits.
Yeah. We don't have time. We do not have time for vibes.
There's literally no time. Zero time. Can I have
hangout time? Sure. Vibes? No.
This is a very topical place, and I don't know where else it will come up, or when it will come up. So I want to get it out there now. And this isn't too much of a slam, but their vibes are the reason why I kind of tapped out of the Anne Shirley episode 1 versus the new one. Yeah, the Anne of Green. So for those who don't know, there's Anne of Green Gables, and there's a newer one that there's one episode out as of recording.
One episode.
Yeah,
called recording,
and it's just Anne Shirley is the name of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily just like, obviously the old one was fucking, they were hanging out. They were just doing those shots, which is fine, like whatever. The thing that killed me on the new one is that when she was waiting for and to be clear, I'm not a huge Anne of Green Gables fan. So like, I'm not like chomping at the bit. Now, new Gundam, I want to like, I need to watch original Gundam so I can watch new Gundam, because everything I've seen, I'm like, I want to fucking watch this.
Pokemon Gundam.
It looks really fucking good visually. No, they have it when Anne is waiting at the train station. She's like sitting on the shingles or whatever. And in the old one, she's like, they have her like sitting. She changes position. She's like laying. She's walking along the tracks a little. Like she's bored out of her fucking mind, just waiting. And it's like 30 minutes, but like she's just like it's an eternity for this child, right? In the new one, she sits down. All, yeah, and it wasn't even that they don't. It was that they didn't show it at all. They were like, it's been 30 minutes. I'm like, you just told me. Why didn't you show like that classic anime shot of like static scene with the bored character like being in different positions all over it, like slideshow style? Yeah. Just do that for 2 seconds.
No, new kids don't understand being bored in the same way because they have cell phones or whatever.
I guess. Yeah. So that was like my thing. I was like, come on, man.
Sure.
Because that was like a specifically like being bored scene. And something like Urusei Yasura, like, yeah, that I don't know if you've read the manga, that show's not really about downtime.
No. It's about, we're going to do something fucking ridiculous today.
Hell yeah.
And we can do anything.
It's the funniest comparison. I thought it's one of those things like it's been long enough. I just truly don't remember. And I get skewed. Like sometimes I do a little glazing, you know? When Asuka was in episodes and she's like screaming because there's men around, right? I was like, she's screaming so much. It's like the whole fucking thing. She's just yelling and it's so high pitched. I'm like, I really don't think these episodes were like that in the original. I went back and looked. I'm like, that was solid glaze. These are worse. This is just screaming, but more. Like it's as bad, if not worse. This is, oof. That's on me. Taking that L. Yep. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. The original Urusei Yatsura anime wouldn't be yelling. That's crazy. Oh man, the shot of Lum is so good. Fucking,
it's so powerful. Dude, she's just fucking Pikachu, dude.
Yeah. Dude, her
Pikachu is just a rip-off of Lum.
The episode where 10 accidentally burns the scarf she made, and he's like working up to just do like a simple apology, and then she's like, maybe I should be like harder on 10, and she's like practicing, and she's like fucking an electric demon in her bedroom, and she's like, it wasn't like that intimidating though, and 10 is around the corner like fucking having a heart attack. It's so fucking good. Like Oh, they do her as like a demon child, like so fucking good.
They put that sauce on it. It's so fucking good.
Her, they did some of the things that I liked from the original. I mean, not that it was in the manga, but like you never know what little tiny things are gonna come over. Her just like randomly biting Ataru, and he kind of ignores it, but she's just like chomping on him. Like, oh,
hell yeah, it's the most important. My favorite is her saying, "I'm not a dog," and then biting him. One of my top manga moments.
Hell yeah.
He's like, here, smell this. Track it or whatever. I'm not a dog.
Yeah, man.
The bite in Masonic Koku of I Hate You is still the most powerful bite, though.
Oh, yeah.
The Takahashi thing.
They weakened that up. They weakened that one up in
that manga panel is so good.
Yeah. See, it's funny because like my Sonic Koku was interesting because like those people they made some choices that some people may disagree with, but like they understood the importance of like, oh, these characters like each other. Like that's all this is. Yeah, true.
I feel like
but
it's easier to get it.
Look, they could have leaned into the love triangle thing though, right? They could have been like, "Oh, who's she gonna pick?" And like that whole anime is like, "No, she's picking this guy." Like it's not. I think. Even
I wonder.
More so
I wonder how
much
more of it was done when they started the anime compared to Urusei Yatsura with the original anime. Because I feel like some of that it is like explainable to Urusei Yasura if like the manga wasn't done yet, right?
Yeah, but I actually think for my Sonic Koku there could have been like two sweet spots if that anime started early enough in the manga or if it started way later. Because early on you don't have the love triangle, right? It's literally just Godai and Kyoko. So if that's what they were like reading, they're like, oh shit, this is good, and then the fucking triangle starts up. They're like, like it's not him though.
True. I mean, it's also clear it's not him.
I mean, yeah, but look, coming hot off the trail of the Urusei Yasura anime, trust is not not high.
Sure.
Never trust.
I think a lot of that same production team was working on Urusei Yatsura. It's like because it took the Urusei Yatsura time slot too, right?
I don't know offhand. Probably.
I think that's how it went. I think that
the
took the time slot.
The big fucking L I took immediately after starting my Sonic Koku was saying that like, man, like I watched episode 1, which was like the pilot or whatever thing that they kind of had. So like it was way worse. The animation is visibly worse. And I remember telling you like, man, this looks so much worse than Urusei Yatsura does. Like, this is just bad. And then you were like, there's no way. There's no fucking way. And I'm like, no, this looks way worse. I went and looked. I'm like, what was I thinking? All right, I was just explaining how I thought that episode looked worse than Urusei Yatsura. And I had to go back and immediately eat my own words because I'm like, yeah, it's not it at all.
No.
The pilot does look, or that first episode does look way worse than any other My Sonic Koku episode, but it is still on par at minimum with the best of Urusei Yatsura animation across everything.
Yeah, because it's on par with like late Urusei Yatsura.
Yeah, and then like episode 2 immediately surpasses any of it.
Yeah, I think Masonic Koku was almost done by the time that anime started, because that anime starts in 86 and the manga ended in 87. It started in 80.
Yeah. Man, someone
So
did
it just has the benefit of just being a much later adaptation.
someone did an April Fool's thing of like posting a new the Ranma half Urusei Yatsura style like art of My Son Koku and saying it was greenlit for a remake.
Oh,
And everybody was like, I'm like, I mean, that's pretty good. In the post, that was the post. And when you clicked on it, it was like, look at the date. So they weren't like, they didn't try to fully sell it, which is nice. But I just don't think that one needs the remake, you know? Urusei Yatsura, sure. Ranma half, allegedly so.
Well, you got Rama. You need to adapt the. I mean, I was about to say you have to adapt the end of the. They never adapted the end of the story, even though that's like. But I'm like about to say them like that's also my least favorite part about Ranma. So I don't know.
Well,
but
I've yet to see. For me, I'm still a little skewed because I'm still in that early part that is by all accounts fucking amazing. So like, the problem is everything after that part where they started just doing random shit and introducing anime only characters and all the other stuff that nobody liked.
Well, that was more. I mean, it's more in line with what TV anime was at the time.
Sure,
but ages worse for what people want now.
Yes. So like those make sense, but
because by all accounts, the second part was much more popular. So you can't just say like, "Oh, it's clearly, obviously worse." It's like, okay, but that was also that they did that because that made it more popular.
Sure.
So at the time, like, recognize I think
recognize that. I think between that, if they had finished the story, at least, or if they had, gotten there, I maybe would be less inclined to say. The point is, My Son Koku feels like the least in need of a remake.
Sure, it doesn't have action sequences.
It does have action.
Benefit from modern animation.
There's like a couple of things that could benefit because like there was some stuff that they took out because of a more conservative time period, and like a couple of them were important but not tremendously so. But like all this stuff is there, man. They're like, yeah, there's a bit of filler, but the fact that the people online could not tell what episodes were filler kind of speaks to how fine those episodes are.
If they made a Masonic Coco remake, I would watch every fucking episode of it.
Obviously, I would be there too, man. I'd watch every fucking episode, and it would be delightful. But I'm just saying, give us the Mermaid Saga. Give us Mermaid Saga. Give us 1 Pound Gospel. Imagine modern Rumiko Takahashi anime style on 1 Pound Gospel, dude. Imagine her breaking that beer bottle and saying, "Let us pray." But like, it's fantastic in animated form.
It's in that OVA, isn't it?
Yeah, but that OVA isn't particularly good. It's fine, but it's not like, it's not like capturing the manga.
I mean, I would say that about, I don't know.
About what?
If you're old anime pilled, I don't know why you feel that much worse about that one, I guess.
Because it was a single OVA.
Yeah, sure.
there wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my hangout time, man? Where's my 2-minute shots?
Stockholm Syndrome did too. Loving it.
Yeah, exactly. You get it.
You have to hear this opening 40 times, and then you'll love it.
I mean, the openings I was pretty on board with. Openings are, well, I guess it's more like if you like an opening immediately, you'll like it. Otherwise, it's Turn A Gundam, and then you come around to it.
Turn A Gundam.
That was the one. That was the biggest. Like, man, this is fucking stupid. To like, oh boy, he said it. Yeah,
He said the thing.
he did the thing. That was a man. What? That was like I think for opening specifically, that's probably my biggest turnaround. I can't think of another one that I like. The disparity between how little I liked it at the start versus how I felt, because like Dragon Ball also took a while to warm up, but I didn't dislike that one as much. But the ending spot is much higher, because that's like just in my head 24 hours a day. Like literally just bumping around.
Yeah.
The shot from the Urusei Yasura remake in the first opening where it like cuts to Lum like dancing on the stage. That was also like the first thing I ever saw, right? Like that was the first shot.
Yeah. That was the first thing
like,
I ever saw.
Yeah. So like that one, that shot is locked in my brain.
Well, I guess I can't say it's the first thing I saw, because I had read the first couple chapters and watched the original opening. So like I knew enough to know that making it all about Lum was like the move.
Sure. I knew,
like I understood why that was the thing.
When you,
without having dove in, it'd been like on the to-do list one day.
Yeah. Because I'm a generally oblivious, happy-go-lucky little boy with a lollipop. You showed me that intro, and I'm like, oh, so she's like an idol or something. Like she does that. I read most like parts of the original manga. I don't know how deep in I was, but I'm like, man, that's kind of cool that they like made her an idol in the new anime. Because I just took this opening at like face value for some reason. I don't know why. Like I was a grown ass adult when I saw it. And I'm like, man, I guess they just did that. I can see it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean that wore off very quick. I understood that. Like, I don't think she's an idol in it. Like that was my initial thing. Early when I first saw the intro, I knew nothing, so I thought she just was one, right? Like without knowing anything else, literally about the series. And I thought that was like the dynamic is like she's a pop star or something, and like this fucking asshole lands her somehow. Or she's an alien and then becomes a pop star or something. And then it wasn't that. And I'm like, but the opening, I was lied to.
Yeah. I will say also one of the funny things is like there was a trailer for season 3 before or like the second half
Curve
of
3 or
yeah, Core 3 season 2
yeah.
or whatever. When it was coming back. And like the way they use the second the third outro and the ending theme, and like interspersed with like moments of the characters yelling, that fucking hits so hard. Like honestly, like the actual song never hit me as hard as like that fucking trailer did. Which is why I watch trailers. Sometimes they're just like the editing on them is just fucking choice, and it's so good.
I mean, like the trailer though, man. I don't remember this. Have I seen this?
I don't remember. I don't remember if I just wouldn't have, maybe didn't show it to you because, you know, you weren't invested.
Well, I got invested. I'm a real fan.
Yeah, but well, you hadn't watched season 1, so like,
yeah. What a stupid ride, like on a certain level. Yo, check out this opening for a remake of an old anime. I'm going to do everything.
I mean, you followed through.
I did.
Gotta say that. There's times where you're like, I'm gonna read every Star Wars, and you're like not following.
That was different.
So.
That was different. That was different. I got Rise of... Nobody can fucking foresee Rise of Skywalker happening, man. Like, I was so excited. Look, I'm also going to watch all of the Rumiko Takahashi anime. So, buckle up. Catch you in a decade.
Yeah, that's a long-term project.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
I mean...
I also thought reading all of the manga was a long-term project, and he did that in like a week.
Well, the manga fucking slapped. Not my fault that Urusei Yatsura has lum and was generally funny.
True.
And made me laugh sometimes and had sweet moments. And then every fucking panel of Ranma Half is a treasure. Well, any panel without Hapase. And then I don't know if you know this about Inuyasha, but it features swords. Swords come up in it. And sometimes they have to make those swords like more powerful. And let me tell you, I'm in.
The sword gets bigger.
Oh yeah, it does.
One day I'll finish that manga.
It was very funny that like immediately after I messaged you and was like, I had told you that I finished it, and I was like, it really didn't drag. Like, it was kind of sick. I was expecting it to really slow down more or lose my interest, but it kept going. And then immediately online, like that same day, everyone was I was just looking to see what general consensus was, and everyone was like, "Man, it fucking drags." But they just were doing sword shit, so I didn't even notice. Can't drag when you're doing sword shit. It's impossible.
I also just want to look. How long did that manga take to fully come out? 12 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nightmare.
So I think that's the thing. Where, like, you start reading that, you're like a teen. Even if it's like half out or whatever.
Finishes up when you're
and it's like you're 30, a grown-ass adult and you're like...
30.
Did it end yet?
Yeah. I could see, yeah. I guess I don't know. I can't remember anymore if the context I was reading those comments in were about just like people who had read it through recently or something, or all at once. Certainly I could see how back in the day that shit would drag, because 90% of that manga is like, oh, we almost got the big bad guy, but like there's a smaller bad guy who interrupted. Like, oh, we're gonna get him this time, except we don't. Like, that's the plot. Which, like, for 12 years would be fucking exhausting. You're in year 10, you're like, surely, it's been a decade. Surely, this has to be it. And it's not.
I think, like, with the anime, they made, like, 167 episodes and didn't get to the end. And then, like, 5 years later, they made, like, a 26-episode thing to finish the story.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea.
So, like, when I was watching it on TV, like, it was a thing that didn't have an ending.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, yeah, the final act. Holy shit. I never even looked closely at these dates. Yeah, 2000 to 2003, and then the final act is 26 episodes in 2009.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
Like, reading things when they're coming out is just a mistake.
Yeah, nightmare. God. That's so many fucking episodes. I mean, that's like 4 Namek arcs in change.
I mean, that manga's fucking long. It's like double the length of Urusei Yatsura.
It's like a weak read. God, I read a lot of fucking manga in a short time.
You saw 12 years of people's lives flash before your eyes.
Oh man, I read so much of that on the toilet too.
Hell
Toilet
yeah.
manga.
That's why. Look, this is why the kids just go Super Saiyan these days. They can. The manga's all done. It's all there for them. You can just finish it.
Yeah. And it's incredible. That's actually been like, I mean, it's funny because now it's like there's shorter newer and shorter mangas that are finished, and then their anime is like coming out or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's been like the thing that I've been doing lately that I've been talking about, right? Is like, oh, this season's like fan favorite anime that everyone's losing their minds over. And I check out the manga and it's just done. I'm like, there's like 15 episodes of this anime that needs like 3 seasons or whatever based on the manga volume count. But the manga's done, so I can just read it. Mm-hmm. Or like the fact that we've been doing a lot of older stuff, and it's like, man, what if it was just all there already?
That's why we gotta get into Legends.
Don't say it. Don't fucking put me. You could have put me on this like years ago. We could have 2020.
Let's read all the old Marvel Star Wars comics.
2023 could have been the year of old Star Wars, or 2015 even. We could have done this so long ago, but no, you mention it after I have a kid. Can't do it for like a decade, son of a bitch.
That's just how it goes.
I mean, it is actually a thing that we could do because it's so much reading.
Yep.
As opposed to watching. So like that's easy to slip in, and then you just talk about your comic or your book or whatever. So it actually would not be the worst thing to poke at.
True. But I need you to sneak in all of Original Gundam.
Yeah, that's
like yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking maybe when I get back to Armenia I might try like binging it at my own demise. Cuz it's actually not that. How much is it? Is it 40 episodes? Oh, 40 is a lot though. Original Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam. Can I
43.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's 4 more episodes than original Ultraman.
Yeah.
I mean, you only need to watch a couple to at least know the deal for
I could like, I mean, I'm going to be flying a lot. I guess if I grab it, could poke at it at least. Or just like suffer through it all in like 2 sittings. Just
Hell
really go crazy on it, lose my mind for a day, and come out the other side. I mean, I have at least this time there's like a clear. It's short. Look, I had the same motivation with original Urusei Yatsura, but that motivation is not enough for 200 episodes. That light at the tunnel is not enticing. But new Gundam coming out and how good it looks visually and how fun it looks or whatever, like, and everything else about it. 43 episodes is like, that light is pretty close. Much more motivating.
Sure. I would rather you watch like all of Cardcaptor Sakura or something or whatever, but Gundam is here.
But it's a base. Yeah, it's a base. I'll have it for future Gundam.
It's true.
And then we get a it's a free podcast episode on original Gundam.
Yeah. I'm not rewatching original Gundam.
Rewatch it.
I might rewatch a couple episodes, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like I thought it was interesting, but I don't love it. Also,
Yeah.
it was a exercise. It was often frustrating to me as I watched it.
Yeah, I don't have like high expectations. I'm here for the foundation.
Yeah, Char is cool. That's the important thing. It's like actually the thing that matters for the new show too. It's just that Char is cool.
I could be watching Magic Knight's Raiders though.
It's true. There's so many things.
There's a lot of things I could be watching.
Everything you do is time you could be spent doing something else.
What?
Which is why staring at your daughter is gonna be the thing that eventually consumes you.
Yeah,
but could be hanging out with this small child instead of watching garbage.
I could be watching garbage with the small child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's a podcast.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I also have been slacking about like reading. I talked about how I was kind of back into Sailor Moon, and I proceeded to not like read any of it.
Mm-hmm. We've been gaming.
That's true. We've been gaming. I've been watching. I mean, I finished up My Son of Koku. Finished up Urusei Yasura. I actually didn't do the My Son of Koku movie in OVA yet, just because they're not like part of the thing, right? Like everything I found online, people were like, just watch the series and then do the other things after, because they're different and they're not like a capstone or anything.
Yeah, the movie didn't capture me at all when I tried to watch it. I was just like, it's just like a story. It's like
it's literally it's just part of the anime. It's literally just the whole
Because it may sound like it's so much like this was a thing, and it had such momentum pushing me through it. But it's just like a one-off story. I'm like, that doesn't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm like, I'll do those after Urusei Yasura so we can get this episode out.
It's disappointing because when I saw that trailer that was like the double feature of the Meisana Koku movie with the final chapter Urusei Yatsura movie, it's like, wow, that's incredible. And then like, oh, that's what a lopsided double feature.
Yeah,
like in my head, the Meisana Koku movie was the end of the story, and like it's just that's not true. The anime is the end of the story.
Nope. Yeah, it. I'm sure it'll be fine, but yeah. I mean, I'm glad you told me that, and then I'm glad I saw like people, because people are also asking, since it's not like the ending, like, oh, like where do I watch it? Like, where does it fit? And everyone's like, just watch it after. It's like it feels different.
It's like filler.
Yeah. Dude, some of the My Son of Koku filler episodes. It's like, what if Urusei Yatsura did a filler, but it was actually just like Lum and Ataru focused, and it was sweet, and it was done really fucking well. Like, oh,
sure.
World would be a better place.
Well, also it's about Godai, who's just a better character.
Dude, the fucking never forget the Rumiko Takahashi interview where they're like ask her about what character she would want as a husband or something. I forget what the exact quote was, but her saying like, Ataru seems like a first choice for many people, but I think Godai would maybe be a better husband. And it's like, yeah,
what do you think?
Having a 12-course meal from a luxury 5-star restaurant versus like a wet hot dog you found on the street. Yeah. It's
this fucking trying his best boy versus this fucking dipshit.
Yeah, this piece of trash.
Oh,
Fucking
Like, honestly, one of Urusei Yatsura's best tricks is that I'm so deeply invested in the romance when Ataru is such a fucking trash boy.
Yeah. The contrast between Ataru like fantasizing about every other woman versus like Godai walking into poles and shit because he's thinking about getting married to Kyoko. Or whatever. He's being horny about like being a good partner.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Good stuff.
Divine punishment.
Rumiko Takahashi just like she does good work, man. It's crazy.
She has
I'm so
a
like
breadth of bangers.
even when I was a little like more lukewarm on the remake and stuff, and like, I mean, I guess I haven't really been lukewarm on the Ranma remake just because like I hadn't watched the original anime, and I've been doing it concurrently, and like the idea of the remake already had settled or whatever. I'm so glad those are happening though, because Rumiko Takahashi deserves it. Like, keep sending that shit. It's so fucking good. I mean,
yeah, I do feel like a fucking old man. Like the anime I care about is all old shit. But you know, it's just true. I am an old man. What do you want? What do you want from me?
You think I feel any better? Death Note's not an anime. Look, you either die thinking Death Note's not an anime, or you live long enough to start being a snob about old anime. 2013 me hates what I've become.
Yeah, but 2003 you was Sasuke, so.
No, I wasn't. That was 2006 me. Idiot.
Sure.
The prime 11, 12-year-old me is Sasuke. The worst. Stay awake at night, tossing and turning in bed. Fucking being horrified by how many people thought I was a Sasuke fan.
Like, so as much as whatever 2009 you would think about you now, what would he think if you told him the truth about himself 3 years earlier or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know. Crisis. Have to sit and have a think about that one.
Anyway, links in the description. There's at Salt Circle on YouTube.
Hell
Social
yeah.
medias.
Yeah.
Lum forever.